After a long summer, autumn has arrived. The days are getting shorter. In fact, the length of the day has already decreased by 7.5 hours. Now it's time to let our clocks jump 1 hour backward to end daylight saving time. When the daylight hours decrease, many people, especially in the northern latitudes where winter hours of daylight are fewer, complain about feeling down. We are hit by the winter blues. That's why it's so important to make the most of the daylight we get during autumn and winter. The reality is, however, that we spend 90% of our time indoors. But by raising levels of daylight in buildings, the people using them and living in them will feel less of the stress factors caused by lack of daylight. Daylight is a vital source of energy for human beings. When we're exposed to plenty of daylight, we have a general sense of well-being because daylight has an effect on our so-called circadian rhythm regulation, our sleep quality and alertness. The most efficient way to get daylight into a building is through the roof. Research shows that daylight has a better light quality than electric lighting, and with roof windows, it's possible to avoid using artificial light even on a grey day. Furthermore, natural daylight brings us passive solar heat when we're indoors. The issue of daylight in buildings and its effect on people is very important because it places a substantial burden both on individuals and the economy. Therefore, buildings need to have well-thought-out daylight designs which will create healthy indoor climate and save energy at the same time. The Velux Group has a long tradition of bringing daylight and fresh air into buildings through the roof. Every building and all human beings deserve plenty of daylight. Diminishing daylight is getting more and more relevant every day now. When we reach winter solstice on December 21st, the length of the day is decreased by more than 10 hours. But fortunately, the daily dose of daylight then starts building up again.